Listen, I'm a dad. I can make these kind of weird puns, and people just have to accept it.
I want everyone in the world to know that Anders asked me to set him up for that line, and that's what he had prepared all the time at the commercial break.
Yeah, listen.
And you had 9.
It even took time to figure out, and I was momentarily happy when I thought of it. I thought, all right,
nice
shit, Anders, you've got it going on.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the game will be much better than that. It's Cloud9 and Astralis here for a best-of-1 game elimination match. That is the heartbreak moment here. Astralis and Cloud9. I mean, I think almost everybody wants both these teams to make it through, but only one of them will.
That's the beauty of it. This wouldn't be nearly as exciting if both these teams were still playing after it, so we'll see how this goes. Both teams have looked pretty good at times throughout this run, and also both teams have struggled at times. Automatic going to start things out quickly. If you pre-fired that, it might have been a kill, but Dupree coming up top. Zipnix was a distraction. It was Dupree all along. And now in a 4-on-5 Cloud9. They've got Tarek with utility, but they've got to have great success on these entries.
Yeah, unfortunate loss, but it's not crippling to the round. They can still make it back with one good refrag once they initiate. If they have a smoke for that sidewalk, you have to assume it's for the C connector to try and get a little bit closer and put some pressure on the eventual rotation in. Glaive already spotting that. C sets out, but he's not spotting it, and he's going to go down. Big misstep. Dupree falls next. Great comeback into the round here. Cloud9 taking down 2. Now 3 versus 4, and Stewie is right next to them, and the smoke going to be jumping up in Sip's face. He does go down, and Device falls next. And not looking good right now for Astralis. They're going to lose Kirby as well, and 1 versus 3 here. A lot of power in this round for Cloud9, even losing the first fight. And Sip, he can't even find a target.
Yeah, you like the aggressiveness from Cloud9, pushing all the way down, forcing the defense away. Even the second flash for Tarek used to put Stewie in his position to come through that smoke to try and pick off some of those players who had just rotated over. It doesn't work out, but there was too much backup all the way down those lanes.
Explain to us that first situation where Glaive is just pretty much assuming they're not going to be able to run up sidewalk, because that's obviously the where the whole thing collapses.
I'm not sure if that was a miscommunication, if he thought maybe a teammate would be back to cover that a little bit quicker, but yeah, I mean, you have to check that, especially when you have 2 players playing inside the bomb site. Like, one of them needs to be focused on that wrap around the train, and I'm not entirely sure why he didn't hear the footsteps, because it's not like they were keeping it secret.
Now, we've seen already many times throughout the tournament so far how hard it's been to win T rounds on this map.
Yes.
So for them to win the pistol round, that's got to be such a good feeling for Cloud9. That sets you up very nicely to just sort of grind on into the next couple of rounds here. Max 7 on Sip is that's pretty aggressive.
That is aggressive. It's on lower ramp. They have that same kind of bait and switch setup that they had in the pistol round. And a shotgun here could do tons of damage. And here it is. It's going to get an opportunity. There's a smoke that actually tags Zipnix, and Tarek knows exactly what it is. And it works exactly the same. Another early loss. 2 players towards inner, and that kind of tells Cloud9 we need to go to this outer bomb site now. Automatic going to check to his right. He clears out Kirby. Glaive falls as well. Long-range spray from Automatic is going to take 1 more. Zipnix and Dupree can't fight into this. There was no... actually, this was a pretty big investment. I was going to say these last 2 guys don't have armor. Dupree obviously going to go for the AWP.
I like the assertiveness of Cloud9. Once they run into that combo over there, they say, okay, listen, we still got 4 members alive, and we have the better weapon. So instead of lingering around and potentially running into another deal headshot or anything like that, they just say, okay, let's go. And that's good.
You also know there's 2 inside when that happens. You say, all right, we have a 4-on-3 towards this outer yard. We have the rifles for the range, so surely still plenty of advantages, and they turn it around. So it's going to be 2-0 for C9 without taking many losses. They'll still have a shotgun to go up against. They know that, and they'll have the UMP that Tarek lost. So in a good position, Cloud9. I mean, this is what you like to see with the kind of aggressiveness of that pistol pushing all the way down. Ooh, Zipnix actually died to the bomb.
That is obviously not calculated.
Maybe, I mean, you know, we always joke he's a cyborg. I mean, I guess maybe just a little bit of a blue screen, perhaps?
Yeah. Rounding up some of the numbers incorrectly.
But you like the aggressiveness that Cloud9 opens this with, because in the first 2 games that they lost, there really you didn't see some of that trademark aggression, that trademark flair to the way that Cloud9 plays. And this is a team, by the way, that plays very, very good as front runner. So if Astralis lets them get out to too much of a lead, this can start to get scary.
Oh, it goes a little bit the wrong way, I think.
You thought it was a different smoke.
Yeah, I thought it was a different smoke. It does actually know about Ivy, so it's just a really fast Ivy smoke. I still love it, just differently. Oh, Stewie! No respect at all. Going to come in through with a Mach 10. Sprays a little bit his teammate, but I'm fine with that. Knife-killing device on LAN. Bonus points right then and there. Stewie looking for more, controlling the whole bomb site here. Finally going to go down. It's actually Sip to pick up the kill with the Deagle, looking for more headshots, but they've lost Kirby, and Sip is next in line with a grenade. So lost a couple of players, but style points coming through, and Cloud9 loving this. They're already fired up. Why wouldn't you be?
Yeah, no, absolutely, and that's the kind of play that's just going to make Stewie feel even better. He's going to have a smile on his face, even though he eventually does, or maybe not. Maybe he's just dead focused, but either way, he's going to be feeling good. He's going to be very, very aggressive, and right off the bat, Astralis going for a double-up setup. Perhaps just saying, we'll let them jump through the smokes, we'll let them throw their flashbangs, we'll let them do their executes. We want the AWPs to pick them off as they come through.
Let's see how this works out. Double AWP. On the Astralis side is a pretty big investment. You really want to get something out of it early. We've seen Astralis so far in the tournament with very many poor beginnings where they've had to sort of fight back to try and even stay competitive. That has to change. Like, they need to be in this game pretty early on. If they let Cloud9 get away with the first seven or 8 rounds here, then I'm not sure they're going to be stopped. And
I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, North, in that matchup they had, it was on train, and Astralis had to make that comeback on the T side. They didn't have a great CT side. They kind of got beat up. It was a struggle of economy, kind of a tug of war in terms of the money for both teams.
Yes, it was. Sip is holding alone on the B bomb, so that's not really that uncommon, and he has a Molotov to try and put some pressure on if they're going to run in and try and put the bomb down. At least he can cause a bit of a delay there, maybe. Now Device is starting to rotate in.
Tell you what, Stewie loves entering out the ladder room like this. Takes some fire, not too much damage though. Lays out the utility for his team, trying to create space, but there's Device with that off long range. That's just one of them. Great entry for Tarek. He's going to keep pushing forward.
Oh, Dupree almost ran through that smoke, and that would have been the end. Kirby's still out there. Rush, what a great position. Oh, but Device gets the kill. Rush is now very close. He could still open this up, and he's going to do exactly that, taking down Device. 3 versus 2. Great Molotov to block off both Kirby and Sip as the bomb is down. This is so much time. They have to wait now, and they're going to need that time in just a little bit for the defuse. Sip still has that one Molotov, so Skadoodle on the high ground might be in a lot more trouble than he's realizing right now. He's going to go deep in instead, trying to force a little bit out. There's Skadoodle with the kill. They might be winning this after all. Rush doing a great job and staying alive still. Dupree out of time, and he's going to go down. Skadoodle to pick up the double kill, and Cloud9 win that round, and that was right on the edge. They could have easily lost that one.
Listen, Skadoodle hit a couple nice shots, but they're the standard shots that you're expected to hit if you're an opera of his quality. It's Rush who makes the play. It's Beautiful who gives them a chance to win that. They kill on the Device first with the AWP. The Molotov, the follow-up flashbang, that buys 10 seconds into that bomb timer, and then the great positioning to find one more kill, stay alive towards the end. Cloud9 loses that without Rush's play there.
And I think you could even tell on the way the Device was moving. He got the first kill up close Device, and then he thought, all right, that's it. I've cleared the guy pushing close, and then Rush was still there. So just very well done. Glaive going to go down in this one. 4-0 in favor of Cloud9. It's still early days, but this is exactly the kind of start you're hoping for if you're on the American side here.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Anders, but it's the exactly the start you don't want to see if you're on the Astralis side of things.
That, I think, is the corollary, yeah. I think that's how things work, Moses. It's been a rough tournament for Danish Counter-Strike in general. There's been a lot of talk about it as well.
Especially for how well Danish Counter-Strike looked throughout the entirety of last year. We expected that to be one of the better Counter-Strike nations for the majority of the year. Getting out to start 0-5 is going to be the scoreline. It's good to see Skadoodle starting out solid. That graphic they brought up is just soul-crushing, I think, if you're a North American fan, is Skadoodle missing out on 8 straight major playoffs.
I mean, that would in itself would be quite the story, wouldn't it? If you were finally able to convert it. Obviously, all of us are going to be traveling to Boston, and there's going to be a home crowd there waiting for Cloud9. Yeah. So there's that little extra bit that they're fighting for. 7-0 right now for Rush. Skadoodle's at 5-0, so 2 of them have not even died yet. And Glaive has got 0 kills on the other side. Can't miss that either. Stewie trying. Did get the close spawn towards middle.
And you'll see them switch that up as well. Stewie is a much more aggressive opera, likes to much more try and make plays with the MVP than Skadoodle, who likes to play consistent and more typical of an opera. You never know when Stewie's going to be able to turn the tides of a round due to that kind of a style with the weapon. Now he's playing with the smoke outside. He's going to go through it, looking down as the flashbang comes through, and Glaive reads it. All that's left is his hit towards the inner bomb site, and look at this. Look at the minimap. Astralis is on the rotation. They read this as coming. Carby's on the move. Even Glaive and Device have cheated over. It'll be a 4-on-2 when this hit comes in.
Especially because they get the kill on Stewie out there. That might be a big giveaway that he was going to be the playmaker and the rest of the team might be somewhere else. Under a minute as they make their way down. That's a real entrance, but a great turn. Sip so ready for it and almost getting the double. Or the triple, rather. Still, it is competitive here, and that's almost a shot. Skadoodle. If he'd hit that, that probably would be the round. Now spamming through, he gets Glaive anyway. And Device has managed to sneak on in. Automatic is right on the other side. He's low on health. Got to be the one spray, and Device gets both right on top of the bomb. And that's going to be finally around here for the Danish side, making it 1-5. So that was unbelievably close.
That really was, and it may be a mistake from the Cloud9 side of things, keeping both players inside the bomb site. No reason not to just get to the safety of box halls. Spread your players out. They didn't have eyes on that portion of the bomb site, no one checking it. But great entries. You could see this caught them off guard. That kill onto Carby. Usually those inner players are expecting some kind of a smoke or flashbang. The fact they just go down dry and surprise them with contact, that's really, really nice. Obviously, Skadoodle, the reason why they do that is because they don't want to obscure Skadoodle's vision with the AWP. He adds on that extra pick to a rotator as they come through.
And now the pressure, unbelievably, even though they won the round, is even higher on Astralis now. They've put all of their money into this round, and they're going to get the opening kill on Tarek. That double push coming in, actually triple push, is going to make that work. Now, instead, they're going to be pushing towards the A-bomb side on the Cloud9 side, trying to see if they can make that work. That smoke is going to block off Device a little bit. Can he find the angle anyway? He's scoped up in the right direction, and that's Stewie down. A little bit careless, I would say, for Cloud9 to be pushing that much.
Yes, but automatic close to the bomb site. He's completely blinded, and Dupree's going to get that kill. He's still active on top of the train. Rush needs to find more. Can he have more impact? Dupree with the push out, and he's going to get that kill on a Skadoodle. Second round for Astralis. They survive with 4 players. They get a free double up setup, 2 free AK-47s. So all those economy issues they had just go away immediately.
They are so fired up. I mean, Cloud9 were as well, but obviously Astralis throughout this whole thing, that's I mean, since we haven't been able to talk about their great play so much, Moses, people have been talking a lot about how excited they've been.
That's all we've got, isn't it?
We've got to cling to something.
You've come down to my level where you're just grasping for straws.
They sure are nice guys, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how it all turns out. It's only the 8th round, so nothing has been decided yet. Astralis obviously happy that they're going to be able to save that many rifles, but it doesn't exactly boom their economy. It just means that they can sort of survive slightly more. Again, the drop into pop, and nobody to be found.
Yeah, Mousesport's taking notes. Here's Device with the AWP. He misses that flash. He dodges it perfectly, just moves to the left. Rush gets picked out of the sky. That's beautiful, but Tarek does find the equalizing kill almost at the same time. Automatic's taking heavy amounts of damage in mid. Device starting to warm up with this AWP. Defense split up. 2 at B, 2 at A, and it looks like Zipnix and Dupree want to get aggressive with this, or at least peek up into the top. Dupree almost hits his shot. Smoke gets laid down, though, and you can see the rotations coming from Astralis to handle this situation. Carby pushing up into the ladder room so he can have a quick flank, and Device just manning up the bomb train.
You love the little adjustment here of putting automatic on the AWP as well, because he's low on health, and then putting Skadoodle with the AK. Why not?
Skadoodle is, I mean, he's one of those AWPers that can use the AK-47 very proficiently.
Yeah, which hasn't always been the case for him. Actually, I think that was the main point of criticism, you know, back in 15 or something like that, that he wasn't always that good with it. Definitely has improved a lot. See if it's going to happen this time. Sit very low on health right off the bat. Good Molotov to try and block them back. There's only 25 seconds here, and there's the opening kill. Device, but automatic with the instant returns to with the headshot as well. This could be crushing. Device gets one more kill, but it's only still a 2-on-2, and the bomb planted, and right up next to them, Tarek. This is perfect. If Device misses this shot, the round probably is over, but he's gonna hit it. Close range, so quick with the scope, and now Stewie up on the train. If anyone can do it, it's him. 1 versus 2. This could be the shutdown moment. Goes for a little bit of a spray there, drawing them out. The double peek, they line up, and Stewie gonna get both the kills, surviving on 1 health for the triple. That is amazing.
What incredible clutch from Stewie on top of the train. So many different situations that this could have gone the other way for Astralis. Tarek just slowly creeping out, and Device gets it, but this is great. A little bit of luck as they line up for him as he drops off the train. It was his only option once Dupree spotted him. He was stuck out into the open. Rush cheering him on, 6-2.
The real problem, I think, one thing is losing the 1 versus 2 to Stewie, but doing it in that fashion where you sort of know if we had just not been on top of each other, that's a win like instantly.
Yeah, and probably if you replay that round 9 out of 10 times, that could even be a win as well. Remember, 1 HP as well.
So I would say Astralis have obviously put an enormous amount of work as a team into pushing past that kind of thing.
Yes.
But you know, they're not all cyborgs, Moses.
Yeah, there's only one.
There's only one.
I mean, that is the big thing. Remember, this is a high pressure. This is the elimination match.
Yes.
Someone's going home. Is it the pride of Denmark, the pride of North America? Skadoodle's going to be on a scout. It's only pistols for Astralis. You see some of the CZs being upgraded. A pair of HE grenades. Caribbean Glaive have those. Imagine that would head towards T-mid as they come out connector. Here come the nades. And good damage done. Those have done work. Now this can get dangerous. If Cloud9 don't get some early kills here, they're going to be in for some trouble. But Rush gets 2, and that should mitigate some of it, even a 4th. And he gets the ace. Quickly just swinging out of ladder room. It is just an anti-eco, but all 5 kills in a dangerous round.
Yeah, when you start by running into that much damage, yeah, you could easily have got shot down, but Rush just lining it up, 2 for 1 in the beginning, and then they all just say, yeah, we'll take this. That's a very fast ace.
What's up with Astralis and just like lining up for everyone, just like literally standing in the same angle?
Like I said, they're nice guys, you know.
Yeah, thanks.
trying to be helpful. Now this is interesting. Sip with the MP9. He's going to be playing close to that ramp over at B. And again, aggression coming out of Cloud9, trying to see if they can just smack him down right away. Rush, 1 click to remove Kebu. Dupree and Device are getting a little bit back, but Rush should be able to get this kill. He's going to get the spray in. They've lost Stewie in the meantime, still a 2-on-3, but Astralis, they can't really slow it down. Finally, they're able to get that kill. But I really think they're under a lot of pressure right now, Astralis. When Cloud9 go, the fight just never ends. Nobody from Astralis knows where to stand. All the time they're getting shot in the back.
That's why that kill onto automatic from Glaive right there was so important, because he actually had to push through his smoke to get that kill. If he doesn't, automatic is about to wrap on his teammates. So great understanding of the position his team is in from Glaive. I think as well, the initial fight from Tarek, I think he got, you know, a little bit tunnel vision towards Ivy. Glaive's going to flank him out at the end, and certainly we can hear these yells through the microphones.
Listen, I love seeing Astralis win, obviously, Moses, but I don't you need to celebrate that one all that much.
You're not seeing them win. They're losing.
They are losing, but I mean the round itself.
Okay.
Yeah, just Glaive sneaking up behind and shooting in the back of the head was less explosive than it could have been. Still, 3-7 here, and Astralis, I mean, at least they're not getting sort of completely crushed right off the bat here, right? They're sort of sticking in it. They're having weapons. That's a difference from earlier.
This is an important round though, Anders. Both of these teams don't have a lot of money behind this buy. This is kind of the last one. So whoever wins this, their opposition is going to have to go back onto at least a couple pistols into the next round. And Astralis has already had that happen to him once. They won 2 rounds and were reset after that. If it happens again, they're going to be facing another situation like they did against North, where they have to mount a huge comeback from the hard side of the map.
One interesting change here that's also different from the previous game is the fact that Device has sort of shown up. He's got 11 kills, is leading the board right now. It doesn't really compare with Rush, who's got 14-4. I mean, even apart from the ace, he's still got a very good game on his hands right now. We're going to see the wall of smokes going down towards the A-bomb site. Get paid $5. Everyone does this, Moses. Every time they do it, someone has to pay me. Smokes go down, and it will be the 11th round here. Starting off with a Molotov kill from Sip onto Tarek. That's unusual, and now they're going to try and wrap around to B. I don't think this is going to be very convincing. Dupree falls back at, Device at the exact wrong time, and he goes down to automatic. That's very sloppy.
So you've got to push forward if you're Cloud9. Skadoodle, he gets a kill with the AWP. He wanted to drop the bomb, and it's all of a sudden a 3-on-3. Just like that. One mistake from Device. And the pace from Cloud9 is going to get them in position to win this, but they do have a flank coming in. No one from Cloud9 is watching that at the moment. They're focused on pushing forward. The bomb is on the side. There's Rush with the kill.
And Dupree has to get into action here, otherwise Glaive is not going to stand a chance. Already a lot of time has passed, and that's a bullet right to the face. Automatic takes him down. Dupree coming in from one side, and he has to give it up. There's just no chance. What a great turnaround. 5 versus 3 here. And those are I mean, before the tournament, we would kept sort of repeating ourselves and saying they almost make no mistakes, Astralis. They always play the basic Counter-Strike really well. That was a huge mistake.
And I mean, it was Well, it was a small mistake, right? Just unscoping at the wrong moment, and it's tough to call that a mistake. Sometimes it's just unlucky with timing. He was pulling a nade out, but I mean, when you get that at this level, that's gonna turn into a costly, outcome from that. And again, Rush pushing forward, grabbing this angle. Cloud9 planted on the side of the bomb train as well, so they can afford to make this aggression happen.
Even if you sort of excuse Device on that count, you still have to think, okay, well, even after that, they're in a 4 versus 3. They've got Dupree coming with the flank, and Sip sort of runs in and gets himself killed pretty quickly with no backup. There was no chance that he was going to be able to do very much there. So obviously trying to be a bit of a hero, but that's going to cost them quite a bit here.
Hey, we've seen a couple times now when Cloud9 takes that inner bomb site. And it's very effective. It's very simple. Instead of smoking down lower, you go dry the way they did. They risk that, because if Device had been scoped up, maybe he gets that first kill. But it allows Skadoodle to just perch up with the AWP, and he doesn't have his teammates smoke blocking him, so he can cut off the rotations. It's quite nice, just for that one extra kill.
And then the double push that pushes all the way into sort of towards the connector at the bottom of the bomb site, just making it very hard to retake it.
The other brilliant part about that is it was the 2 AKs. I mean, Skadoodle, after he plants the bomb, has the op, and again, he's got some range.
We'll see what happens now. 8-3. Good 5-round lead right now for Cloud9. But not just that. Again, capping the economy of the Astralis team. They saved the AK. They've bought some pistols and some armor to upgrade with. They could have an impact. They've got 3 men who are sort of pushing up. Tarek is waiting for them, though.
Is he going to be prepared? Glaive and Dupree. There's the boost up, and you can see it's just a small change. Tarek wasn't ready for Dupree at that elevation, though, because he'd been boosted up onto the railing and onto the higher sidewalk. So man advantage for Astralis, and Rush is going to be up next. He's got to do his due diligence and clear this corner. He's going to. He spots it late, though. He looked away. He was clearing it, but he looks the other direction, and now all of a sudden Cloud9's in some trouble. Dupree with the flank has got a kill with the AK-47. With just 2 members remaining, Cloud9, they're getting crunched from every angle. It's all on automatic. He's got to make this play, but he's spotted at range while he's trying to clear the bomb site. Astralis are going to turn it around. 1 versus 3 for Skadoodle.
Man, losing just a bit of focus here is Cloud9. That's kind of hard to watch, because they had every opportunity here to really put some distance between them, and that's opening a window slightly back into the game for Astralis. You don't want to see that. I mean, the initial loss of Tarek is one thing, but it seems like when that happens, the rest of the team sort of don't really know how to react.
I hate to say it, Anders, but that's blown the window of opportunity right open. Look at this buy that's going to come out. It's actually crazy how little money Cloud9 was able to kind of store away. 1 AK-47 on Stewie, pistols on everyone else. There is some decent utility, but that could be a mistake that goes from having a very dominant half to having a very close half.
They want to try for Sip again. And if they rush him down with the pistols, it's just possible. Or just win the fight against them right here. There's a headshot from Stewie. That's what they needed. They're going to go right away. There is going to be, looks like a double flank from Glaive and Kirby, and they're going to be very fast with it as well. Early advantage there as they take down automatic, and Stewie has to fall back into the site. The bomb has gone down. It's still a 4-on-4, but Cloud9, if they win this, all is forgiven for that previous round. Device is alone at C connector. Dupree now coming in. It's going to be a 3-man flank. That's very hard to read if you're Cloud9. You're not going to expect 3 men coming from there, so they might be making a big mistake here if they just forget about it. The bomb still ticking down there, and there is no kit currently picked up on anybody from the Astralis side. There's a kill from Skadoodle. Dupree gets 1 in return, but they're running out of time, and now Device gets 1, and he has to return. There's no chance at all here, so what a miracle comeback here. Cloud9 getting that early kill. That's all they needed.
And Zipnik's one of the best players inside, gets caught on some timing. He's just shoulder peeking that angle to spot for information, and while he's gotten behind the wall, Stewie grabs the angle and just waits for it, and it's perfect. That was kind of a tense round, to be honest with you, because Cloud9 planted in default and then they pushed 3 players forward. The main retake was coming from behind. If they don't get that kill at the CZ and then Stewie gets into a better position, they could lose that round. Great shot, though, to open up on Zipnik. If he misses that, they don't really have any windows of opportunity. Also, by the way, the bomb carrier was the last player to get into the site. There was a quick flank coming up that ladder.
He's still yelling at them. You have to love that. Why not? Try and get under their skin. It's very unlikely they can hear anything at this range, but still, worth an attempt. Stewie Going to be rushing up, trying to see if he can get anyone. The timings are so good. The flashbangs are in. The spray is through. And Stewie's on the high ground. He's got all the advantage right now. Kievi down there getting a couple of kills, and it's turned around. How's that happened? They had everything going for them, Cloud9. Now, all they have is Skadoodle here with the Galil. That looked like they had all the advantage up on that high ground.
That is a true North American round right there. Just as fast, as aggressive as possible. And you could see what makes Stewie so dangerous is he's not scared of that whatsoever. He did lose control of the recoil of the spray a little bit when he's taking that fight at Device, but he does flush him out into the open, at least for his teammates. Unfortunately, Astralis recovers so quickly to that scenario. And it's just Skadoodle left. Should be another round for Astralis, unless he can pull off a miracle. Bomb is down inside the site.
Oh, they don't have almost any money in the next round, so...
Kills. Any kill for Skadoodle is valuable.
Yeah, you're right, because Astralis don't really either. So, like, nobody has very much to work with here.
It is, I mean, this is the 14th round, so the next round is the last one. It's not in a situation of economy breaking, but even if you get one kill and force a rebuy and they don't have a kit or they don't have a smoke, anything is going to be valuable in this elimination game.
I'm not sure they can rebuy something like an M4 if some of them go down. They might have to go for FAMAS or something instead, so...
Doesn't matter. Skadoodle's going to give it up. He also knows that his team has low money, so he's going for the save. Made that call just under a minute and just waited it out. Probably going to be one of the only rifles they have, so I guess you can't fault them too much for that decision.
No, you're right about that. That is, I almost wish we could replay that push into the bomb side again, just to see exactly how they lost control of it. Sip's already down here with the FAMAS, and winning that fight is maybe the thing that sort of that keeps them alive for a moment. Kievi obviously hitting 2 shots as well, but yeah, this is brilliant work from Sip.
I mean, I don't know how many times we have to say it. Zibnix is probably the best inner bomb site defender we've seen on train.
Yeah. Oh, 9-5, still an open game in some ways. Obviously, Cloud9 should be congratulated for just having a very good first half and turning some of these rounds incredibly. 9-5 here. See if they can make it 10, or if Astralis are going to sneak in one more round at the end. There's the double drop Dupree. He was ready for it.
I felt like a sloppy double drop, like they mistimed the movement to the side because they came very much one by one instead of both at the same time. Easy kills for Dupree.
Yeah, get your scorecards out, Moses. You can give him some judgment there.
I mean, landing was all right. Drop was a bit rough. Give him a 3 out of 10. Dupree's going to keep going forward at the flank.
All right, 3 out of 10. Definitely improve on that. Kievi with a little bit of damage. Skadoodle, again, saving the Galil from last round. This time, it's just casually a 1 versus 5. He's got the first kill, and that's the only one. So 9-6 at the end in favor of Cloud9. I still think they're going to be quite happy. They did win the pistol round, so there's that little thing to always remember, that if Astralis could do something similar, maybe we could have a pretty fast equalize here. But I don't know how to call this, really. Ultimately...
looking back on it, it's maybe a 1.
Maybe a 1?
Yeah. I didn't like that the second time around.
All right.
It's much worse.
There's no... There was a lot of things that could have been better, really.
Yeah. I think if you're Astralis, though, remember, this is much like their CT half against North as well, though, because they were on the verge so many times of just getting reset, losing control of that half entirely, and they just barely clawed into some of those rounds and barely kept it alive. That exchange towards the end, I mean, if you look up the scoreboard when we get into things, it's back and forth for about 5 rounds.
Glaive is reciting some poetry that he's been writing in the break.
I think of all the players on that team, Glaive is the one that does strike me as a little bit of like a poet.
Yeah, just...
I could see him like
in his spare time,
lounging under a tree in some park in Copenhagen. Reading poetry.
Roses are red, Molotovs are hot, just something like that.
I mean, we got to go to the ending with that one.
I can't. I don't have the brain power.
You can't bring us halfway and just shut it down.
I've made some agreements with myself, Moses. I'm not going to do any math on stream, and I'm not going to make up any kind of poetry. That's my 2 rules. Anything else, I'll do.
Okay. Well, we have
especially for money.
Lots and lots of money. Well, we have, I guess, maybe a technical issue as we're seeing the headsets come off.
Okay.
And they're going to talk over some of the tactics, it looks like. Can you start a half with a tactical pause? That'd be kind of cool.
I don't think anyone's ever done that. So we did just have a couple of minutes, but we want even more.
Yeah, I do remember talking to the devs at the last major in Poland, and they did say something like... they didn't care if like a team wanted to take all 4 of their timeouts right in a row. They were allowed to do that. You can just stack them.
Yeah.
Now
very interesting.
that'd be crazy to do that. But either way, obviously, some very important poetry being read out.
Really looking for it. This is not something that we see all the time. It has like a very theatrical feel, you know, sort of looking into the black textbook of everything that's been going on. But now is the time that you want to remember. I mean, given how much is riding on the pistol round, Jordan did mention this on the desk as well. It's very important, obviously. And surprisingly, there actually aren't that many teams that really... It's been, I would say, it's been trending up a lot how many teams put a lot of effort into the pistol rounds.
Yeah.
But very often it's just been like, well, let's just try and, you know, see if we can get, you know, throw a flashbang and then run. Like, there are only some teams that really do it a lot. So
yeah,
if you know just a little bit about how they play the pistol round, maybe you can make it work.
Well, or anything as well. But because I know a lot of the teams, there's still that very much that feeling that the pistol rounds are a little bit more of a random element to them. So teams are always kind of wondering how that works out. Either way, we're going to head to a short break while some things get figured out here in the studio. And when we return, one of these two teams is going home, and you don't want to miss it, so stay tuned.
Roger that. Roger that. That's a copy. Grab your gear, let's go. Decoy.
Thank you so much, Richard. And yes, indeed, a little bit of a break there, but now we're back into it at 9-6, favoring Cloud9. Pissed around here in the second half, and it can't get much more exciting than this. I'm wondering what Cloud9 are doing. They all seem to be running back, so I'm guessing we're going to have a bit of a restart in the game here. Otherwise, it is a strange setup.
Yeah, just a quick one. I don't think this would work generally in a normal round, so...
But in that case, let's not talk about what Astralis have been buying, but just, you know...
Just in case?
Just in case. And it's always interesting, like, do you sort of hold on to it? I mean, obviously, Cloud9 can't really know, so you might as well just do it again. But, yeah, this is... I think the reset, the momentum reset that we just talked about, you know, you spend all that energy, you have a really good first half, and then, you know, you've got to wait for the tech timeout to be back or to be fixed, and then you get back into it. I feel like it only matters if you then also lose the first round. Like, I think that's where it sets in, whereas if you win it, you're just like, oh, right.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan made the good point that thank God it happened at halftime, because I think, you know, it's an extended break, obviously, which is... frustrating but easy to get over. It would be much worse if that happened in like the middle of the pistol round when one of the teams is in like a 3-1, because then you start feeling angry.
Yeah.
And that's when your emotions can really get the best of you, when it feels unfair almost.
Yes.
That hyena laugh was Astralis.
I do hope people can hear it. I mean, I'm glad that we're getting the audio every once in a while, although mostly when we're getting those hyper clips from after the game, it's all people shouting nice, but still.
Nice.
Very popular theme.
We should come up with, we need to brainstorm a word other than nice.
I've got bad news, Moses.
I know, I've seen it. I don't want to talk.
They don't have any power on the desk, so...
It's all gone wrong, hasn't it?
It has. Maybe this is how they try and win, Moses, you know? Just extend, postpone.
Yeah, maybe this is what was written in his little book. It was like... delay.
Yeah.
Delay.
Eventually, they're going to lose patience. And obviously, frustrating for all involved. But as you were pointing out, it's better that it happens now than in the middle of a round where somebody was about to win something. So yeah, deep breath on Cloud9's part. I would say just talk amongst yourselves and keep things cool and don't get frustrated now. There's no point in doing that.
Yeah, no point at all. So we're going to head to a quick break ourselves once again while this gets figured out another time, and then when we return, hopefully we'll be ready to go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Power has been restored here at the arena, and it's Astralis versus Cloud9. We're going to see Taco later on against Gambit. It's going to come up later today. It's going to be quite an exciting game, in fact. I really look forward to that one. But this, Moses, this has been a little bit crazy. Cloud9, they're up 3 rounds. Now we're in the pistol in the second half. Let's see what can happen. I mean, this is going to be exciting.
It really is, and I mean the first half it was great. It was back and forth. Cloud9 came out swinging. They came out so very strong, and Astralis was able to claw back into that half just barely. It's been some high-octane Counter-Strike in this. It's been very fast-paced. And here we are into the pistol round. We are going to be live, and this is what we were talking about earlier. 3 players on the Astralis side have bought utility, and that's pretty unusual on the T side. Normally, 1 to 2 players, 2 players max, but 3 means they have a very specific idea in mind.
Yeah, it absolutely does. Clearing out the windows, which is pretty much commonplace, and we'll see if they can trick Cloud9. That would be very good indeed if they can draw out a rotation, make sure that the bomb side that they hit, there's not going to be too many people there. So we're just waiting to see what they're going to plan. Right now, Cloud9, except for Tarek, maybe who's moved up a bit, are not really doing very much to try and figure out what's going on. They just want to wait, see what the Danes bring.
And outside of Tarek, they're all trying to use the range of these USPs to good effect. They're all staying far back, medium to long range, where the USP has a distinct advantage over the Glock. So doing their best. Nothing from Astralis. They're waiting for aggression to do anything, to execute any portion of this plan. Just now you see, I think that'd be a decoy. Still hopping around, having a good time. Here come the smokes. Finally, they're going to make their move.
Yeah, grenade down. Tarek looking for the headshot. Oh, he's going to get overrun. A bit too much close range there. Now just shooting through the smoke, not really hitting anything deep. Molotov goes in, Rush in a lot of trouble here. He has to hit the shot, and finally comes through. The follow-up headshot is genius, taking down Kierbu and escapes through the smoke. The knife is out. Sip is gone, and long range. Glaive is next. Device now trapped in the corner with 25 health. Well, sorry, not 25, but 25 seconds here. 1 versus 3. There's pretty much no way out. They have the bomb. They've got absolutely everything right now. They're just waiting for him. There comes the peak. Stewie with the C set, and Cloud9 are going to win the pistol round. Rush here. I mean, this fight should have been won by Dupree pretty... As soon as Rush misses the first 2 or 3 bullets, he should be gone. And
it's great. Not just the second kill, but the falling back through the smoke from Rush. And Stewie, the second knife this game, prevents the plant. Tons of money for him.
Goddamn smoke criminal is at it again, Moses.
He's at it again. And again and again.
I mean, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Who does that? Who walks into the smoke and just stabs the guy planting the bomb and just smiles and walks out?
Yeah, and it's all made possible. Again, go back to those 2 kills from Rush. He's put together a phenomenal game. If you didn't see the first half of this, he was the big impact player for Cloud9. Continues it here into the pistol round. 2 critical kills and surviving, and that's nice through the smoke. You love to get that little bit of luck.
Yes, definitely. Astralis obviously would be hoping to sort of turn this round on its head and just pick up a win here right off the bat, because if they don't, Cloud9 are going to be up to 12 rounds to the 6 of Astralis, and then, even if we have seen impressive comebacks from them in the past, it will be much more difficult.
Well, here's Tarek again in ladder room, waiting, hoping something's going to come his way. It's not going to quite yet. There's the jump over from Glaive. Tarek's going to back off, drop the smoke, make sure they can't drop on him. Stewie and Skidoodle inside. That 1 kill from Automatic allows them to keep kind of a default setup with 2 players inside. You don't have to cheat anyone to the outer bomb site. Tarek listening for information still, and Glaive just barely showing himself and just toying with him a little bit.
Almost shooting his little booties there.
It's little booties.
Not going to be picked up just yet. There's the double drop, but with pistols against the UMP, it's just not very effective. And they're both going to go down. Attempted headshot from Device, who's now alone. And eventually he's going to get collapsed on. But there's a rotation coming in behind as well. And he goes down to Stewie. So pretty much the expected outcome after, especially they lose that first kill there. That's really hard to get out of. 11-6. And the 18th round is inbound. And Astralis, you don't have the money.
Here's the other cool thing about that knife from Stewie in the pistol round is obviously we saw them forced by there. If they had gotten that plant and still lost pistol round, likely we would have seen the AKs come out in the 3rd round instead of that forced buy on the 2nd. Yeah. So it's just one more round that Cloud9 can play a game without the dangers of an AK-47, of an AWP, whatever it might have been, making things easier on themselves. That's both pistols won, and it looks like they're going to convert. the ensuing 2 rounds both times.
Throwing grenade.
Yeah, it's very basic, but in a best of 1, it brings you so far to the victory, obviously. And let's forget, if you lose this game, you're out of the tournament, which for Astralis absolutely would be crushing. There's no doubt about that.
Make me happy.
Well, Moses, you are a cruel human being.
Yeah.
People don't realize.
I've kept up good appearance to the public. Automatic using that smoke quite nicely. He had the opening kill towards Ivy in the last round. He's got it again this round.
Deploying flashbang.
He's tired of waiting.
Yeah, he's sick of it. He wants to have a knife. Zipix is watching and waiting for this flank. That'll be interesting to see what comes from it. And Astralis still yet to make their move. Here's Stewie just doing his best, isn't he?
We all know that feeling, Stu. Come on, then. There we go. It only took 100 bullets.
I thought he was going to lose that fight.
Well, a little bit of banter in that round, but aside from that, there is obviously nothing that Astralis could have done anyway. So this is the big and almost the last test here for Astralis.
Yeah.
I mean, if they can't convert this round,
You
they're
almost
going to be
feel
very
like,
poor.
Yeah, you almost feel like it'd become unattainable, don't you?
Yeah.
Skadoodle's upgraded the Scout to the AWP. Stewie's passed that UMP over to Tarek, who drops it to pick up the Scout. All right, then. So a double sniper setup, Scout alt. We'll see how that works. Rush is going to be the first one trying to get into ladder room, and they're not going to beat him there. They choose to go down the stairs to clear out box halls. Stewie's inside. Automatic is also pushed up. Glaive spamming down, trying to do any kind of damage. Skadoodle with the op over towards Ivy, and that Scout is in no man's land in the middle of the bomb site. Now boosted up.
Yeah, not a bad position to be in there if you're Tarek. Could easily hide in behind the wall. Quick rotate into the B bomb site if needed. Pretty much everything you want out of the position. And Cloud9 are doing a good job not giving Astralis any targets. They've been sort of fishing for it over here by the pop dog, and you see Device trying to peek it out, but they're not seeing anything right now. So right now it's just time off their clock.
Yeah, they want Astralis to make the first move, and that little bit of utility used by Device out towards Ivy has kind of broken up the stack that they had. There is still one in ladder room. Tarek's about halfway up along the wall, but Automatic's rotated back to help out with Ivy. That's going to allow Skadoodle to put the AWP on T-Con. And Stewie has seen and heard nothing. He's playing very far back towards the inner site. Skadoodle just keeps getting aggressive. He's putting himself in position. If they were to execute outside, he'd be there to stop it. But it looks like this could very easily be a fake. It could go either way.
Yeah, this smoke that Sip is throwing is going to be to the back of Ivy, where Device has already shown himself not that long ago, so maybe it could sell it all out. The smoke is going to come in. Stewie's still standing his ground. It's very important that he keeps doing that. Flashbangs are in. He's going to put it right on the ramp. The perfect flashbang spray comes through, and he gets the kill and falls back. That's so well done from Stewie. That's the one thing he had to do. Now just staying alive is enough. 8 seconds here, the bomb. He is going to be going down. They almost line up. In fact, they do for Sip. A slight mistake there for Cloud9. That might just cost them a little bit. Now it's a 3-on-2, but oh my god, Skadoodle comes through. 1 bullet, 2 kills, and now Dupree in a 1 versus 3. They're already on the bomb. He's going to try and go for it, but Stewie will take him down, and Cloud9 retake the round just like that.
I was going to say, it took Stewie 30 bullets to get that first kill, and that did allow an Astralis player to creep up. That was the one thing he couldn't do, was keep them at bay. Who is that up there? That is Device, who was in great position. Zipnix bails him out with a double kill, but this is just fortunate again. And if you think back to the first half, Anders, if you guys weren't tuned in, Rush had that 1-on-2 clutch where they lined up for him and he sprayed them both down, survived with 1 HP. Here, another lineup and double kill from Skadoodle.
Forgot all about that, Moses. I just purged it from my memory.
It comes right back like a punch in the face, doesn't it?
Oh man, yeah, but that's, I mean, I really appreciate the way that Stewie played that. It's really subtle, you know, but it's enough to sort of like the flashbang secures that it's hard for them to fight back, gets the kill, and then he's gone.
It'd also be cool to know in that round if Rush was forced out of ladder room by like some kind of a Molotov or something like that, because if his position in ladder room, when they throw that fake towards the outer bomb site, if he's still in ladder room, he has all the information. He knows they're not coming down. He knows that it's not going to be an outside hit, so there's no reason for anyone to rotate, but he had just shifted out to E-Box, so he didn't immediately have the information.
Well, things are already rough enough for Astralis, you could say, but now they've just become a tiny bit worse. 13-6 here, and we're moving into the 20th round. All the weapons you could possibly want here on Cloud9, including that very aggressive position from Automatic, putting some pressure on Astralis, who wanted to set up for some sort of smoke play there from the container. Yeah, this is looking very dark right now for the Danish team. This, I think, would be the first time that we would have no sort of pure Danish teams in the playoffs ever in the major history, I think.
Oh yeah, isn't it like?
I mean, we have Paragon still on phase. Obviously, we've got some representation.
Device and like Zipnix that have been in like every major Dupree and Zipnix or something like that.
Yeah, so that's worth thinking about.
God bless it all. It's truly a new era if this is to happen. Tarek and Stewie inside. Rush is pushed in towards Team Main. Skadoodle watching towards ladder room. This is a very concentrated defense towards mid and ladder room, and this could get shut down. Skadoodle gets that first kill, it'll be huge. He does get it. Rush follows up with a second. There's one more turn of the corner, and they both get traded off. Automatic is still here, though, to stop the bomb from progressing. Kirby needs this kill, and he's not going to get it. But you do have Zipnix. He's got an AK-47. He's got 30 seconds. One of the best clutchers we have in Counter-Strike, and he's got a big job to do here.
Especially the time is going to be the really big problem. Goes for the kill. Actually, somehow gets it on automatic. Looked like he was way out of position, but you only have time for this, and he jumps out. Halfway reloading. Tarek takes him down, and that's another round for Cloud9 here. Dangerously close now. 2 more rounds, and they get to send Astralis packing. What a game it's been for Cloud9. They have really been off to a great start. Rush at 21 kills, 17 right there on automatic. Stewie at 16, Skadoodle on 15. What a team effort it's been.
Yeah, and also, I mean, you have to mention as well that extended pause for the technical issues hasn't slowed them down whatsoever. Obviously staying focused through that and looking good. And also, you know, we mentioned one of the big things Astralis had to get started early. They haven't had a whole lot of games where they've gotten out to a good lead. Well, both halves in this game, they're starting out 0-5. So basically 10 rounds to Cloud9 before Astralis is able to respond. That's tough to recover from as well, along with, on top of that, both pistols. So everything piling up against Astralis at the moment.
Yes, indeed. Don't forget, by the way, that if Cloud9 win this game, they've got to go out and play later today. So you get a chance to see them once again, which is definitely going to be worth it. It would be absolutely historic if they managed to make the playoffs. I mean, especially for Skadoodle, but I think for the team as a whole, they're going to be very excited. Oh, flashbang in his eyes. That's a bit uncomfortable. Now, need a little bit of backup down on that site, but Stewie's there with the Molotov as well, making it a double before they do get returned upon. Dupree, Kirby, and Device pushing forward as well. Skadoodle gets that kill on Kirby. The bomb is still not planted. They've been locked in. Grenade doesn't flash him. Skadoodle, oh, he's so quick, taking down Device, going for a little bit more. Dupree in so much trouble. Skadoodle, absolute hero. 1 health left. Anything on him right now, and he's going to be absolutely gone. He's sneaking up and being snuck up as well. Automatic is right behind him, so now he's sandwiched in, and there's the kill. Skadoodle for the triple. Lightning reflex is coming out here.
Skadoodle is done being denied the playoffs. What a great round. Shaking off the congratulations. That's a rare quarter smile you'll see out of Skadoodle, but here's the impression shot. This one right here, in the flames, dropping in. If he doesn't get that kill, he is dead. They lose the round. That is a huge frag to get.
This is not an easy kill to get.
No.
We always highlight the flicks because they look so much more impressive, but those gap shots are actually really difficult to get. So well done indeed. 15-6. 1 more round here on Cloud9. They're going to take 1 step further in this tournament. It's not really the end of it, but it will be for Astralis.
Yes, it definitely will be. Tactical timeout. They have been blanked in this second half. They're going to have to come up with something here.
You see Sonic trying to sort of get them up and running.
And what else can you do? You have to go for something.
I guess, I mean, the one sort of solace that I suppose Astralis can take, although I don't think it's going to be much of a comfort for them tonight, but it's, you know, the idea of Device sort of just coming back into it, that's maybe the one thing they could say, okay, you know, there's that, but yeah, this is going to be really tough on them.
Device coming off, you know, not even just a holiday break, an extended break because of the illness, then obviously no officials. Here's Device jumping right through, shut down by automatic. It's a double off setup. Rush has got to get that smoke down just in time. Zipnix can't help out, and Device was the only one there in that attack. Skadoodle's got a new angle, and 2 kills come out for the Astralis side. Rush doing his best to even things out, and Skadoodle's still alive close to Team Mid. Rush adds 1 more onto it into a 2-on-2, but they have no idea where Skadoodle is.
No, they definitely don't know. He's snuck all the way behind there. Stewie with 1 kill, and Glaive has been found out long ago. He got those 2 kills down there, so 1 versus 2 to try and stay alive in this tournament. Just a little bit longer, but it's Skadoodle and Stewie. He has a lot of time, so if they misplay this, could work out. What are they supposed to do? Textbook Moses here.
This is fine at the moment. It's just, you know, there's a timer in your head of when Glaive can get around towards T-Con and like really change the angle of attack. But obviously Skadoodle at long range, just watching for the cross, and you can see now that timer kind of clicked because they've given up those angles. So they put themselves in position where they can get some information, they can quickly rotate to each bomb site. Both of them with eyes on A.
That's high ground advantage. Oh, they spotted him. They definitely knew, and there's the kill. 16-6. Astralis set packing from Cloud9, who continue into the tournament. They're going to play later today to see if they can finally make the playoffs. Get in there. Take Skadoodle with them.
Yeah.
What an incredible run here for them. Honestly, Rush with 23